Hello and a very warm welcome. We are very excited to present to you the 5th anniversary of PCC. PCC has proven a successful implementation on the market already 5 years ago. Today, it is actually more needed than ever because up to 55% of our salon services are chemical-based treatments. I'm pretty sure you all are very aware how bad any kind of chemical treatment is for hair structure. Of course, the Biosthetique hair color and also the perm are already very mild to hair surface, but they still have a residue of damages left. We found a successful way to neutralize these negative effects on hair structure, and today we are very excited to share the knowledge again and to uplift our memory of this successful and very good hair care product. PCC is built of 3 different complexes that Dr. Ade will explain to us in a minute more in detail. But before we start, make sure that you guys stay hydrated, keep a coffee to stay awake close by, have a mobile in case of any emergency close by too, and if anything very interesting catches your mind and you don't want to forget on that, make sure you write it down on a paper with a pen. All right, so get sharp, get excited. Today, Dr. Ade is joining me and presenting the positive effect and the great work-wise of PCC. Thank you very much. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Henrike. Hi, everybody. I'm very grateful that you are here today to have a closer look at our Protection Cheveux Complex, which is the Biosthetique answer to challenged hair. Before we go into the products, I would like to take the opportunity to look at the issue first. And therefore, I brought a little nice image of the hair, and that's clearly a challenged hair. You can tell that by looking at 3 points, which are numbered here. And the first one is the disulfide bonds. What are disulfide bonds? The human hair is for 80% built up by the protein keratin, which are the fibers that you can see making up the strand coming out here. And these keratin proteins, they form a network. So the different protein fibers are connected to each other by the disulfide bonds. And this is done by a specific amino acid, the cysteine, that we will see later again. So number 1, stability of the network, stability of the disulfide bonds. The second point is if the disulfide bonds are broken and the network opens up, individual keratin proteins can move out of the system and create holes. And this obviously leads to a weakening of the hair. The hair surface is the third point we need to look at, because after chemical treatment, it's often a bit open because we need to bring in the color molecules or we need in the active ingredients of the bleach or the perm. So therefore, many of our products that we use in the post-treatment are there to kind of seal and take back the cuticula and to make it closing again. And also this is a very important point to make sure that the keratin proteins cannot come to the outside, preventing the holes to exist. Now, if we look further, we go deeper into understanding the amino acids and the proteins. I said keratin is a protein which is made up by amino acids. Amino acids are the natural building blocks of our body to make any protein. And you can see them on the left side. And you can see in yellow the specific natural amino acid cysteine. And the cysteine contains a sulfur. So this is why the cysteine amino acid is able to create the disulfide bonds and to form a network. When you start connecting amino acids, the first thing you get is a peptide. So few amino acids connected to each other are called a peptide. And as the peptide creates longer and longer, it gets the opportunity to interact with itself. So it starts a structure, and then we start talking about a protein. And the structure can, for example, be stabilized by the disulfide bonds of the cysteine. So this is how 80% of our hair's structure is made up and what keratin is all about. Now we take the next step and we talk about biomimetic. Why do we say that our PCC is a biomimetic system? We say it because it's inspired by biology. Because the active ingredients that we use in PCC are exactly that cysteine and the keratin that are the natural building blocks of our hair. And this is what we are using in our products to treat the challenged hair. 5 years ago, this was a revolution because the plexes that you have known in the past, they introduce artificial molecules to the hair in order to stabilize it. And this is probably something that you have also seen in the market. And our philosophy was that we do not want to bring artificial linkers in the hair, but that we want to use biomimetic. We want to be biomimetic, so we want the building blocks that are in the natural hair anyway. Recently, you see in the markets that other companies come up with similar ideas. So now after 5 years, I see other companies coming up and say, we don't want artificial linkers. We also work with biomimetic actives. And this more and more confirms that we made the right choice 5 years ago and that PCC is still up to the edge of treatment of challenged hair and the right solution for our Biosthetique philosophy and how we want to treat hair and how we think about healthy hair. If we look at the products, everything starts with our ampule. The ampule contains the cysteine and it contains the keratin. And these two together as a complex are added to the chemical treatment. So the ampule is really given at the moment when you do the chemical treatment, and it is there to protect the hair while doing it. Afterwards, you have to do a post-treatment. So the second thing you're adding is our spray, and the spray contains again our cysteine keratin complex, and in addition magnesium mineral salts, which have an additional stabilization effect. And this spray you add to prolong the effect to make sure that our active ingredients are present at the hair also after the chemical treatment. The third component that you always have to use together with the spray is our mask. And the mask addresses our point number 3. So the mask is there to smoothen, to close, and to protect the surface of the hair, to make sure that the cuticula closes again and also gives an additional layer that makes sure that the hair is nice and healthy and protected from the outside. And these 3 components together take and make our PCC system. When we look further, this is exactly what we see and expect for our hair. So you can see the disulfide bonds are more together, they are more straight, you have less holes in the hair, the system is intact, and the surface of the hair is cared for, is nice and smooth and closed, and therefore in a very good shape. And this is something that we cannot just draw as a nice picture like here, but we could actually, together with the Leibniz Institute and research institutions, make that also visible in real life. And that's what I would like to show you here. So the upper 2 pictures are bleached hair without the addition of PCC, and the lower 2 pictures are hair bleached in the presence of PCC, like we just looked at it. And I can see it, and I'm sure you can see it, that there is a significant difference. Without the PCC, we have an open cuticula, we have a rough surface, so the hair is open, it's prone to damage, and you can also see the little white spots here, which could be, for example, material coming from the outside and now being deposited on the surface where they should not be. On the other hand, the pictures of the PCC treated hair, you can see a very nice cuticula in very good shape, clean and closed, and you see no deposits on the surface. And that's something that is just visible just from such electron microscopic pictures that we took. We did other analysis like hair breakage, which also confirmed the effect. And therefore, in summary, I can say that we have a system for challenged hair that is professional, that is working in the salon environment across different chemical treatments. It is something that also gives a benefit for your philosophy in the salon, because you can offer an additional service to your customers that is special. And it is special because it is biomimetic. Already 5 years ago, we had the right idea, we had the right philosophy to go with the example of nature and to look at what nature is doing and follow that path. And I think it's as fresh as back then and as successful. And therefore, I hope you are all refreshed now and kind of have the system in your head again, and kind of maybe go back and try it again and push for it, because already now, in the times where coloring hair is now even more essential to our salons, I think it's a nice treatment that you can add on top. Feel free to reach out. I'm now handing back over to Henrike for the closing words. I wish you all the best, and I hope to interact with you soon in person and on an individual basis. Looking very much forward to you. Wish you all the best. Here's Henrike back. Take very good care. Bye-bye.
Thank you very, very much. So this is PCC, and I hope you're all now very refreshed and very excited about this successful salon treatment and system. And as Dr. Ada already mentioned, it is very important to use all of the 3 complexes. So on the next page, I can show you. So this is what actually 3 products means. So the first complex is the complex 1, the ampule over here. Oh, right there, right? And the ampule is very important to connect it to any chemical base, and it is a chemical treatment. So then the second one is the mask and the spray. I only have the mask picture here right now, but this is the complex 2, which is provided to our customers or done to our customers in salon. And very, very important is the complex 3, which is the home care system. I know sometimes it is quite hard for a hairdresser to really go forward for the home care treatment and to recommend it. But it is highly important to keep the best effect for the PCC treatment. So make sure that your customer uses PCC at home as well to keep the hair shiny, nourished and stable with the color during the whole treatment till the next time when they come in salon to you. All right, so make sure you use the ampoule for chemical treatment. Make sure you pamper and nourish the hair after any kind of chemical treatment using the complex 2. And be aware how important the home care treatment is for successful usage of PCC. All right. So a huge thank you to all of you for listening us so carefully. And I hope you all got inspired using PCC a bit more intense in your salon system, or also for yourself. I'm pretty sure a few questions might have come up or are coming up still. So please make sure you leave your questions in the chat box right now. Just enter them to the chat, get connected to us, and we will reach out to you afterwards. And very important for me, try to follow us on our Instagram account, because we will always provide you with the latest information, with nice pictures and great knowledge of any kind of Biosthetique treatment or services. All right, so thank you very much. See you soon. Stay tuned and make sure that you are connected to the family. Thank you very, very much. Bye.